Alright, today we're going to be doing a sport-specific workout. So when you get back to your sport, whether it's hockey, soccer, basketball, in a few months, you want to avoid having an injury. And to do that, you want to keep mobile, functional, flexible throughout our time off. So this is going to be a quick 30-minute workout video that you can do a few times, maybe once, twice a week, so that you can stay loose and keep some of those muscles and tissues still moving. Because it's one thing to take a week off or to miss a week or two of sport and to go back into it and be okay, but in the long term it could lead to injury when you're off for a couple of months. Things are really tight, and then you go and try and move as fast as you used to, or go full sprint speed like you're used to doing when your tissues just aren't used to it anymore. So this workout is going to be to help you keep loose, help you keep mobile. A couple things we're going to need for this workout. We're going to need a mat, which you may or may not need depending on your comfort level. It's mostly for the last stretch. I have this band hooked up to a door anchor, which I'm going to use, but you can come up with your own concoction. It's pretty simple. It's just a thick piece of pad at the end that I put through the door, close the door, and I can use this band. I have a stick here. You can use a broom handle or anything. This is a cut hockey stick that I use for stick mobility. And we're going to use a skipping rope. And as you can see from the height of these ceilings, maybe a little bit of a problem, but we'll see how that goes. I might get whipped in the toes a few times. Bare feet's not a bad idea. For the most part, I'm on a hard surface floor, so if I jump left to right, I'm going to stick pretty well. If you're in socks and you jump left to right, you may lose your footing and slide out. So bare feet is probably your best bet, or shoes. I'll leave that up to your judgment and what you're comfortable with. Okay, so we're going to start with a warm-up. Here's our 30-minute timer. So for our warm-up, we're going to start with jumping jacks. We're going to do 10 reps of all of our warm-up exercises. So starting with jumping jacks, again, I have limited ceiling height, so 5, we're going to do 6, here we go, 7, 8, 9, 10, I'm going to switch to knees high, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to move to a lateral mountain here. One foot's going to be far, one foot's going to be close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, backward lunges. And I have a stick in a slight overhead position as I lunge back, just to help me keep my chest up. Okay, with this ceiling height, that's a bit of an issue. 3, 4, 5, and that's 10 in total. Skipping. So I'm grabbing my skipping rope. I'll have to choke up a bit because this is a small ceiling, and we'll see how that works. I'm going to do 30 rotations of the skipping here. We'll see how it goes. Choked up too much. There we go. 20, 30, 1 foot skipping. I'll go 15 per leg. 15. 15, okay. Whew. Let's start that again. 10 jumping jacks. 1, 2, we're gonna do it all twice. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, knees high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lateral mountaineers. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Backward lunges. 1. I can have my hands wide, try and mimic something overhead. 2, and 10. Good. And skipping. Last thing. 30, 15, 15. We got this. 20, 30, 15, 13, 14, 15. All right, that's the warm-up. So, shove a little bit of moisture in our face, breathing a little bit heavy, just make sure we're nice and warmed up. Then we're going to go to arm circles. I like to keep my elbows locked, so I'll have to take a knee here because the ceiling is small. And do big arm circles, so palms up in front, and then palms down and behind. And we're going to do 8 of each movement. Six, 7, 8, 8, and I'm going to change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'm going to do a lunge to overhead with a reach over. So if my right leg's forward and I step back, I'm going to reach over. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're stretching our hip flexor and opening up and stretching. 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. We're going to change legs. Coming down, reaching with the other hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops, lost my balance. And 8. Good. We're going to do a squat to a T-spine opener. So we're going to squat down. How low you go will be different for everybody. I'm going to put my elbow against my knee. I'm going to rotate and reach as far back as I can. 1, and then come up. Starting with the opposite side. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. So if you're only coming down to here, you can do like this. 5, 5, and that's okay. It's as deep as you can get. Staying on your heels, being in a good position. 6, 6, 7, 7. One more. 8, 8. Okay, we're gonna go ankle stretches. So we're intentionally gonna roll our ankle. This is one of my favorites before a race, a trail race or obstacle course race, where I roll my ankle back and forth, and I'm trying to loosen up those tendons. It's happened to me a lot in races when I roll my ankle, but I'm able to get back up and keep going. Flexible, very flexible in the ankles. Keep working them, keep them strong. 6, 6, 7. This is a lot more comfortable in shoes. 7, 8, 8. Good. To the back of the ankle, I'm going to bring my knee forward. 1, keeping my heel down. 2. So as far as my knee will come forward without my heel raising. 3, 4, 5, 6. You got it. 7, 8. Good. I'm going to change legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. We're going to do open the gate, close the gate for 8 per side. So I'm going to open the gate, open the gate. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8. So when I open, I come up in front and then I open the gate. Now we're going to close the gate. So we're going to reach starting with the outside and coming forward. 1, 1, 2, 2. What's that? 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8. Good. All right, we're going to do knee circles on the ground. Keep our knees loose. So laying on our back. I'm going to have one foot go clockwise. So actually, let's go both clockwise. So we're just going to go both clockwise, doing these big circles. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to change directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. We're going to do some front kicks and side kicks for the hips and hamstrings. If you need a wall around it for balance, that's okay. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So a front kick, keep our posture up, letting our hamstring stretch, and then our hip flexor a little bit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to do side kicks, so left to right, pointing our toe in the direction of travel. So if I point my toe that way, when my foot's going that way, and I rotate it, so I'm closing and opening my hip as I go back and forth. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And change sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lost my balance. 6, 7, 8. Good. A shin box. So we can use a mat for this one, or we can use the floor. We're going to go into a box here with our legs. So I'm making this half box, and I'm going to turn and make the box happen the other side. So if you have a knee problem, there could be a lot of tension on the knee, so be mindful of how close that foot comes to your heel. And I'm going to swing this foot out, come back in, and then bring it in here. Just swing it out. And if you need to use your hands to help guide you, that's okay too. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. We're going to stretch the calf and the heel on the wall. So I'm going to start with 10 pulses with my toe as high as I can, my heel as close to the wall as I can. I'm going to hinge forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Externally rotate my foot or internally rotate my foot, and then do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So again from neutral. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And turn the foot outwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. And that'll help the calf and the ankle a little bit. But last we're going to do wrists. So last of our mobility is wrists. I'm going to lean forward. 1, 2, 3. So we're stretching our wrists out. 4, 5. I'll back up a bit. 6, 7, 8. And we're going to turn our fingers out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just leaning side to side. I stretch the wrists on both sides. 6, 7, 8. Then our wrist pointed back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to reverse my wrist and lean back. 1. Now, if this hurts a lot for you, you can have your wrist further back. You deload it the further back toward your feet they are, and you load it up a bit more once in front of you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we've mobilized and moved just about all the joints, so we're doing really well. Now we're going to do some strength. We're going to strengthen the core, strengthen the glutes, strengthen adductors, abductors, a lot of the tissues surrounding the knee. Knees, probably knee, hip flexor, hamstring will be one of the biggest injuries. Ankle, I guess there's a lot of things that could go wrong when you get back, but those are some of the bigger ones. So we're going to start with a 1 minute plank hold. Ready, 2, 1, and we're up. So we're going to go to 15-24, so 1 minute of plank. I want to make sure our elbows are under our shoulders, so they're not back like this. Our elbows are underneath our shoulders. Our glutes and abs are engaged to support the movement, so our lower back doesn't hurt when we're in this position. Legs are going to be straight. You can bend your knees if you need to, so the modification is to be in a kneeling position. And we're just doing 1 minute. $15 seconds to go. Just about there. You got this. We're going to go to single leg bridges next. Okay, so single leg bridge. We're going to lay down. Bring our heel close, leg straight. We're going to come up. I'm going to keep this level. I'm not going to bring my foot up here. I'm going to keep this level. When I bring my hip down, I'm going to keep this level. 2, 3, and we're going to do 10 of these. 4. I can make it harder by going into like a partial dead bug position. 6. You can also do 2 legs if you find the one leg really hard. 7. We'll try and keep our hips as flat as we can as we go up. 8, 9, 10, and squeezing our glute, getting a little bit of hamstring in there too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 more. 8. Hip a little closer. 9, and 1 more. 10. Good. So we're going to do a 1 minute side plank hold and what I call a malfunctioning clock. So I'm just going to bring my timer in front of me so I can see it here. So my malfunctioning clock, I'm going to be on my side here. What I'm going to do is raise up and bring this foot down, raise up and bring this foot down. Then I'm going to reverse it. 2, 2. So it's like time's going forward and time on the hand is suddenly going back. What it's doing by doing this walk in a side plank is when I'm in on this foot, my abductors or abductors are working really hard. When I'm pivoting on this foot, my adductors have to take over to help really strengthen the position. So not only am I getting a side plank hold and really in there, but I'm also getting my adductors and abductors as I go. Whew. Got a good sweat going now. Keep up, you got this. Modified, you can be on your knees, moving back and forth on one leg, then change legs. Next time it's a little bit tougher, do this specific drill. Modified. Okay, let's change sides. Whew. You're doing great. So side plank might be something you do if you can't do this drill as designed, and then you can add in your own. Like a monster walk, a banded monster walk's really good for abductors and glutes. You just want to make sure you tackle all those muscles, tissues surrounding. So malfunctioning clock, time is going forward, and time suddenly started going back. Time is going forward, and time is going back. Whew. You got this, keep going. A few more seconds. Okay. Great job. So we're going to go into a scapular retraction, about the only upper back one we can do without any kind of equipment. And what we're going to do is use our stick here. I'm going to put my hands shoulder width apart. I'm going to try and keep my wrist straight. Head's going to bury into the ground. I'm going to come up. I'm going to try and bring this down behind my head. 1, 2, 3. Lots of variations you can do on this one. 4. Got a wider grip. 5, 6, 7, 8. You got that. 9, 10. Good. And we can even go wider to get more in the upper back. 1, 2. We're going to go 10 more. 3, 4. Lots of lower back and core as well. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. All right. Okay, now we're going to move into some plyometric drills. So this is where my running band's going to come in. Now the purpose of this isn't to rip the door out, so I'm not going really hard. I'm just adding a little bit of resistance in a running drill. So I'm going to hook this up on the outside of my door, close the door, and now I've created this anchor here. Now if I ran as hard as I could and put this band on maximum tension, I could probably rip out something in there, but that's not the purpose. So I'm just going to run forward. We're going to do 15, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, one more, 15, good, good, skater jumps, 15, lateral, left to right, go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you got it, 6, posture up, pushing on, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, squat jumps. Watch the ceiling here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Going for 15. 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1 foot skipping. 30 per foot. Oh, 13, 20, 25, 28, 29, 30. Other leg. 20, 25, 30. Good. Explosive push-ups. I go for 10. Just a little bit of explosiveness from the front of the body. You can use that if you want to. Help with some of the pounding on the wrist. So I'm going to come down and explode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, now let's go to 15. 1, 12, 13, 14, 15. Woo. 15. All right. Now we're going to cool down. We're going to take 30 seconds, let my heart rate come down. I'm going to do a little bit of static stretching. So we're going to start with a couch stretch. Static being there's no movement. We're going to take the muscle, extend it as far as we can, a little bit of tension, and then we're going to hold it as the tension releases. Will cause a little bit more tension. So there's always sustainable pressure, but never painful. All right, we're going to do 30 seconds per side. Here we go. So here we're driving the hip forward, stretching the hip flexor. Great job. All right, we're going to change sides. Next one's a hamstring stretch. We're going to have our 1 foot forward, hinging into a hamstring stretch. I'm going to grab a chair. You can too. If you don't have a chair nearby, it's okay. You can just hinge forward. It really depends on how tight your hamstrings are. So I'm going to switch. Grab my chair. I'm going to put my foot up. I'm going to hinge forward. Feeling a good hamstring stretch there. If you're only feeling it behind your knee, if you're tight there, you can bend your knee just slightly and move the stretch down the hamstring a little bit more. And it depends on where you're feeling it. Try not to round your back and reach like this. And keep our back as flat as we can and just hinging forward at the hip rather than protracting and rounding the spine. All right, we're going to change sides. So the variation on this would be just hinging forward like this. Still a really good stretch. Good job. Side splits coming up. Okay, side splits. I'm going to be facing the wall. I'm going to widen my feet as much as I can. I'm going to bring my hip forward. So I'm using the wall. Just going to stretch my groin. Again, go until where you're comfortable. And rather than being rounded like this, you can put your hands and you can drive your hip forward so you have a flat back, flat spine. This one we're going to hold for a minute because we're in a two-sided position. Seconds. Okay. I'm going to pull our mat out. We're going to go into pigeon. So with the pigeon, I'm going to have 1 foot out. I like to have my foot out at 90 degrees. Depending on the flexibility of your knee and your hip, you may or may not be able to get into that position. change sides. And last one we're going to do is lower back stretch on our backs. So we're going to lay on our back, both shoulders pinned to the ground. I'm going to bring my knees close to the ground, keeping my shoulders pinned down. So you may be in a position like this, depending on how tight you are and the tissues are. That's okay. I don't want you to do this. I want your shoulders to stay pinned, and you're going to push your knee toward the ground. Just to get an even better torso stretch. And we're going to change sides. Last 30 seconds and the workout's done. Awesome. Good job.